I was out there for like 10, 20 minutes, just like telling people, hey, I'm gonna do a magic show. And I couldn't get anybody to stop. But after that experience, it felt like a big punch in the gut. Like I felt like really rejected, just humiliated. But, it made me realize that this shit is not easy. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw that these guys are actually doing it for a living, like it was like perfect timing. Like, I want to get out of my job. I need, I'm gonna start doing magic now. So then I saw Michael O'Brien's YouTube channel actually has like this big series on like how to become a professional magician. And I just binge watched the whole thing. And then it was this last video on street magic, but you had to pay for it at the time. Like you had to pay for it. You had to get on his Patreon. Watching what you do, like I never heard of a sidewalk show. The only thing I only knew circle shows. So once I saw what you do,
And you saw the
which is
video with me and Michael Bryan, right? Is that what it?
yeah,
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's super cool to hear.
once I saw, once I saw that you're doing sidewalk shows, you're doing close-up stuff, that made me feel like I could literally do this tomorrow. I don't have to go through these permit systems. I don't have to just go out and start doing it tomorrow. What you already do, I'm going out and showing people card tricks. Just go out and do that. You can build a crowd. You can make some money. Just, it really inspired me. It made me feel like I could do this tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, I never saw a sidewalk performer before I saw what you're doing. So I guess that kind of inspired me to get into street magic, and it's beautiful. It's an art form, man. Like there's no rules. They have a community, but there's no rules. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, the freedom is the blessing and the curse. Because then it's all your responsibility. It all comes down to you. And that's one of the hardest things, getting into street magic. People don't realize it's like, okay, well, it's all up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. If I don't do anything, I don't get money. So there's a lot of work involved, and I'm glad you took it, because I know a lot of people that look at it, they're very discouraged in the beginning, and they don't know where to begin or where to go. And yeah, I always tell people just like what I told you, like do what you know. Like you don't need to know stage stuff. A card trick is fine. There's plenty of guys doing circle shows, doing a card trick. That's a close-up magic effect, but they're doing it for hundreds of people. And whether you do it for hundreds or 10 people, it's still such a great effect. So I always thought like you never needed to learn to do any bigger effects. It's more about how you become bigger. Like you stand in front of the magic. And I think we get lost in the magic because we think about our tricks and the stuff we want to do, but it really has nothing to do with that. It has to do a lot with who you are and what you want to portray and how you connect with people. And then that's why they stop.
Yeah, I know so many guys. Lucky John.
Lucky John,
he does one trick. He does one trick. The human blockhead. That's all he does. And I've seen him with a crowd of 15 people, but I've seen him with crowds of like looks like 200 people just gathered around.
Yeah, I've seen it too. It's crazy. It's awesome. It's awesome. It really shows you. That's like the proof right there. Is seeing just a guy alone with a nail and a hammer. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Like he's something special to see that, because it's a really good example to see how we don't need much at all to commence a crowd. It's more of who we are as a character, and to be that character is tough, because you're really putting yourself out there, and you're trying to get people to be aware and to be interested in what you do. And you got to have that like kind of curiosity factor to reel them in. And I know a lot of the times that's the difficult part is I can't get them to stop. I can't get them to stay. Or they'll watch one trick and then they'll go away.
Yeah, I had a big problem with that. I mean, my first day on the streets was like literally, I think it was like the day after I watched that video. I was like, oh my God, I can go out and do this tomorrow. So, before I did it, I did a little bit of research, but I ended up just going out. I I didn't even have anything. All I had was a deck of cards. That was it. And I was trying to stop people. I mean, I was going out, super hard way. So just a deck
That's
of
how it
cards.
starts. I mean, even just as a beginner or anyone else doing magic and wanting to get great at the craft, just going out in front of public and strangers doing magic is one great way to get a lot better. And then eventually you'll figure out how to create the show and then get people to really, if you want to make it a living, you got to know the formula. Everyone has their own formula. And I know you did your research
Yeah,
to understand the formula. But the first step is always tell people just go out there and do it. Get comfortable with
yeah,
being uncomfortable with people walking by, and the rejection is huge. A lot of people don't like that part. Like you're gonna get rejected left and right. But once you build that thick skin, that's when
yeah.
the real magic starts to happen.
I mean, yeah, even though I went out, I remember it was a super busy day. It was like in the middle of summer. It was at Newport Beach. Super busy day, and I didn't make anybody stop. I was out there for like 10, 20 minutes, just like telling people, hey, I'm going to do a magic show. And I couldn't get anybody to stop. But after that experience, it felt like a big punch in the gut. Like I felt like really rejected, just humiliated. But, it made me realize that this shit is not easy, you know? So you really got to study this stuff. So I sat down, I made a bunch of notes on how to stop people, different ideas, what I should do next time. And yeah, like even though you fail, it gives you a lot more, it prepares you, even if you fail, it prepares you. So, there's nothing wrong with going out and just failing.